of Elijah McClain. Elijah Jovan McClain was born on February 25, 1996, in Denver, Colorado, to Shanine McClain and LaWayne Mosley. Friends and family describe Elijah as a spiritual seeker, prophetess, oddball, and a peacemaker who was exceedingly gentle. Elijah worked as a massage therapist and also shared apartment in Aurora, Colorado with a close cousin. His mother Shanine had moved her family of 6 from Denver to Aurora to avoid gang violence. She said that Elijah was homeschooled and she could see at an early age that he was intellectually gifted but fiercely independent. While still a teenager, he taught himself to play violin and guitar. During lunch breaks, he brought his instrument to animal shelters and played for the abandoned animals, believing that music put them at ease. Friends said that his gentleness with animals extended to human as well. One of his clients recalled him as the sweetest, purest person I've ever met. He was definitely a light in a whole lot of darkness, an acquaintance stated. I don't even think he would set a mousetrap if there was a rodent problem. On August 24, 2019, 3 Aurora police officers confronted Elijah after responding to a call by an Aurora civilian about an unarmed person wearing a ski mask that looked sketchy. The 3 police officers who were involved in the incident, Nathan Woodyard, Jason Rosenbalt, and Randy Rodema, all said that their body cameras were knocked off during a struggle with Elijah. Elijah was forcibly held to the ground with his hands cuffed behind his back, after which Woodyard twice applied a chokehold. Upon arriving, paramedics Jeremy Cooper and Peter Cictruna administered ketamine, later determined to be in excess of a therapeutic doses, to Elijah to sedate him. While unseen, Elijah went into cardiac arrest. 3 days after arriving at the hospital, he was declared brain dead and was removed from life support on August 30th, 2019, later pronounced dead. It was the most horrific thing that Shanine McClain had to deal with, losing her free-spirited child. Immediately after Elijah was taken to the hospital, there was so much suspicion around his death and what really happened to him that night. On August 24, 2019, the police account of what happened, and all of them just suddenly, their body camera dropping to the floor and not working, did not sit right with the citizen of Aurora, Colorado. According to police report, Elijah resisted when confronted by the responding officers, and Officer Woodyard and Rosenbald heard Officer Rodem shout, "He is going for your gun." An attorney representing Elijah family said the officer involved slammed Elijah into a wall immediately after apprehending him. Officer Rodema claimed that Elijah reached for and grabbed the grip of Rosenbald's gun that was holstered. There are conflicting accounts about the officer's report that Elijah had tried to grab his gun. Later accounts offer different reports on whose gun Elijah had tried to grab. There's no visual body camera footage of Elijah allegedly reaching for the gun, which the officer explained by stating that all of their cameras had fallen off, which was so convenient. However, a news source states, but if you watch the video from about the 15-minute mark, you'll see someone pick up the body camera and point it towards Elijah and one of the officers before dropping it back on the grass around 50 minutes and 34 seconds into the video, and it shows that it was done purposefully. One of the officers seems to say, "Leave your camera there," as if they did not want the video footage shown of what they were really doing to Elijah. 3 police officers held Elijah on the ground for 15 minutes. Elijah was clearly in distress while restrained, sobbing and repeatedly saying, "I can't breathe." He vomited several times, for which he apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly." While Elijah's arms were handcuffed behind his back, Woodyard applied a corti control hold, which intentionally cut off blood flow to the brain by compressing the corti arteries in the neck, rendering Elijah briefly unconscious. One officer threatened he would have his police dog bite Elijah as he laid handcuffed and pinned to the ground. After Elijah was restrained, more officers arrived, and audio of the conversation recorded them saying that Elijah was acting crazy, that he was definitely on something, and that he had attacked them him with incredible crazy strength when they tried to restrain him. They also said that at one point 3 officers were on top of Elijah, who was 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing nothing more than 140 pounds. Paramedics inject him with 500 milligrams of ketamine, whereas local protocol stimulates a dose of about 320 milligrams to 350 milligrams for individual of his weight as a sedative for excited delirium. Elijah was then transferred to the ambulance. The medic who had administered the ketamine noticed Elijah's chest was not rising on its own and he did not have a pulse. He was pronounced brain dead on August 27, and which he succumbed to his injuries on the 30th of August 2019. On October 12, 2023, Rodima, a resident from Toronto, was found guilty on charges of criminal negligence, homicide, and assault, while Rosenblatt was acquitted of all charges against him, including reckless manslaughter and assault. Rodima was sentenced to 14 months imprisonment in January 2024. Officer Woodyard was acquitted on November 6, 2023, and found not liable for Elijah's death. The 2 paramedics, Cooper and Shinick's trial began on November 29, 2023. During the trial, Cooper admitted that he had misjudged the amount of ketamine necessary to sedate Elijah, leading to the fatal overdose. On December 22, 2023, Cooper and Shinick were convicted by a Colorado jury of criminal negligence, homicide for their role in Elijah's death. The jury additionally found Shinick guilty of second-degree assault for his unlawful administration of drugs to Elijah. Because he was such a lover of classical music, a violin protest was held on June 27, 2020 in memory of Elijah at Aurora City Center Park. Elijah family subsequently filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city of Aurora, Colorado. A preliminary settlement agreement was announced on October 18, 2021. The agreement was finalized following a mediation hearing in the U.S. District Court on November 9, 2021, with the city of Aurora agreeing to pay $15 million to Elijah's family. There has been a long and painful history in the United States with police officers abusing black men. They are unfairly targeted and plagued with stereotype by their white counterparts. Their lives are constantly in jeopardy, although most times they're not deserving of it. It is just until recently, because of camera phone, that these officers are being exposed for their unfair treatment for people of color. These were Elijah's last word. I can't breathe. I have my ID right here. My name is Elijah McClain. That's my house. I was just going home. I am an introvert. I am just different. That's all. I'm so sorry. I have no gun. I don't do that stuff. I don't do any fighting. Why are you attacking me? I don't even kill flies. I don't eat meat, but I don't judge people. I don't judge people who do eat meat. Forgive me. All I was trying to do was become better. I will do it. I will do anything. Sacrifice my identity. I'll do it. You all are phenomenal. You are beautiful and I love you. Try to forgive me. I'm a mood Gemini. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, that really hurts. You are all very strong. Teamwork makes the dream work. After vomiting. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I just can't breathe correctly. These words are so heartbreaking, and I can't even imagine how Elijah's mother feels when hearing her son's last word, begging for his life and trying to explain to officers what kind of person he was so that they could have sympathy on him, which they did not. One officer's being placed behind bars for 14 months was not enough justice for the life of Elijah McClain, but that's the justice that he was given. My heart and prayers go out to his mother, Shadneen McClain, for the pain, grief, and sorrow that she must feel every single day from the void of not having her son with her. May Elijah's soul rest in peace. Until next time on the Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comment section.